How about at Quest Public Sector, 2 to 3 years from now? What's it going to look like?
So interestingly, I really don't see the overall landscape changing significantly in the next 2 to 3 years. The threats are still going to be there. Threats are always evolving, and as agencies and enterprises continue to implement the zero trust principles, their enterprises are going to become more and more secure from a particular standpoint. But at the end of the day, the real vulnerability in all of these environments, it isn't really the technology that is creating the vulnerabilities, it's the people. And we're seeing more and more of a focus from threat actors on individuals and people to take advantage of their weaknesses and their vulnerabilities to get into the environments. And so I can't stress enough how important it is to make sure that we have these protective mechanisms in place in the environments to detect those indicators of compromise and then be able to mitigate and minimize the impact of those compromises in those environments, and then find ways to make sure that as we've minimized their impacts, we slow them down, we find a way to kick them out, and then we learn from how they got in the first place, and then we evolve as cybersecurity experts and find new ways to take the foundations that we've already implemented in environments and change them so that we're able to protect and prevent those incursions going forward. But from a kind of a big picture point of view, the threats are always going to be there. New technologies that are coming out, things like AI with Chat GPT, with Bard, those things are going to normalize, and we're going to get more and more used to them. So it's more important than ever that we move from not just protecting our boundaries, but also protecting inside the city limits and making sure that we put up those barriers in order to prevent the threat actors from getting to their ultimate destination, which is going to be those identities, those applications, that data.